Senate will come to order. Senators will be in their seats and the clerk will call the roll.
Alley. Baumgardner. Berger. Billinger. Boyer. Bowers. Braun. Denning. Dahl. Estes. Fauskado. Francisco. Givens. Goddard. Haley. Hardy. Hawk. Hensley. Hildebrand. Holland. Kirshen. Longbine. Lynn. Masterson. McGinn. Miller. Olson. Peterson. Petty. Pyle. Rucker. Skubal. Solentrop. Sykes. Taylor. Thompson. Tyson. Wagle. Ware. Wilborn.
Senators and their guests, please rise and give prayerful attention to our Senate chaplain, Pastor Washington.
Please join me in prayer. Dearest God of heaven and earth, we thank you for safe travel and for a safe return to these halls of responsibility. Today we pause to be reminded of President George Washington and the faithful devotion he displayed in the beginning of this country. It has been established that the third Monday in February will be set aside to remember him and the example of his devotion to you as he served. History says he was a great man of faith and great for this country. It is recorded that his mother, Mary Washington, said to him, "Remember that God is our only sure trust. To him I commend you, my son. Neglect not the duty of secret prayer." Maybe her counsel for him, Lord, came from your words in Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 8, where the relentless plea of a widow caused an unrighteous judge to get tired of her persistence, and he responded to her. The story is told to show that as the true and righteous judge, you respond when your people remember you and the privilege of secret prayer. So, Lord, help us to neglect not the duty of secret prayer. I thank you for hearing and the answering of this prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On a point of personal privilege, the chair recognizes a senator from Wyandotte County, Senator Braun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today, in our presence, I have a few people that I'd recognized earlier in the year, but I did not have the opportunity to recognize them in the Senate chamber. We have with us today the Leavenworth JROTC Pioneer Battalion Raiders, and this year they won their first National Raider Challenge Championship title. They did this, and this isn't just a regional. This is for the entire country. And so we have some wonderful young people in our presence. There's a couple I would like to identify that I had done tributes to before, but they weren't during session. And that is the Raider that received the Ultimate Raider competition in the male category was Joseph Purvis. If you could stand up, Joseph. And then in the female category, so in addition to just winning the overall, these individual soldiers also, or I should say cadets, won as well. And Kanya Haley also did a national. So at this point, what I'd like is all of the Raiders to stand up and receive a warm Senate welcome and congratulations. And Madam Chair, I'd really be overlooking something if I didn't point something out. So we had done a Senate tribute to the group and those two individuals, but I'll tell you, since that time, I have signed up for the Raiders Facebook page, right? And I look at what the information and the motivation these kids receive every day throughout their high school career. And I've got to tell you, I did some sports and some different things in high school. I've never seen the level of motivation that is brought by their coaches. So I would like to recognize these coaches, and I've also done a Senate tribute for each of them. Just two extraordinary people. Mary, if you'll stand up, Mary Schwartz, in recognition of the National Ultimate Raider Champion, Title 2019, the Kansas Senate and Senator Braun join in commending Mary Schwartz on the coaching of the Leavenworth JROTC at the National Championship competition and wish her and the JROTC cadet community many more years of continued success. And I'm going to go ahead and have the First Sergeant stand at this time too. I think Mary's probably the sanity of the operation, and the First Sergeant is the high motivation of the operation, and he just does an amazing job with these kids. And so for that, First Sergeant retired Wayne Cogdill, in recognition of the National Ultimate Raider Championship, Title 2019, the Kansas State Senate and Senator Kevin Braun joined in commending Wayne Cogdill on coaching the Leavenworth JROTC National Championship competition and wish him he and the JROTC cadet community many more years of continued success. And I don't do a lot of Senate tributes, so I am going to take a second one to clap for these two. I would appreciate my senators joining me. Thank you so much.
It's a tremendous honor to have our national champions here with us, filling the entire East Gallery. God bless you, and we look forward to hearing more good things. We're going to stand at ease for a moment while we bring in new guests for VIP seating. Senator from Wyandotte, we're still on a break. If you want to take their pictures up here with their plaques, they're here. We may as well take their picture. Oh. Okay. Okay, the Senate will come to order. Senators will be in their seats, and the chair recognizes the senator from Cowley County, Senator Alley, for a point of personal privilege.
Thank you, Madam President. This chamber has been accustomed to recognizing outstanding teams in the past for their accomplishment on the field, on the diamond, on the court, or on the mat. Today, it's my honor to recognize the students of Winfield High School STEM Center for Innovation for what they have accomplished not only in the classroom, but in the competition for their STEM activities which they are doing. Their instructor is Mrs. Carrie Keller, and if you would stand, and I will introduce the students. Clara Adams, a senior. Peter Stout, Allie Broadbeck, Nathan Seidel, Chris Norton, Barack Helsler, Garrett James, Cameron Fiaro, Danny Ball. These students have accomplished something that I didn't recognize until this afternoon, and that is they were national champions in 2017 for their work on the Skills USA championships. And the Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure that America has a skilled workforce in the future. Some of their accomplishments were in 2017, they were the Skills USA Engineering Technology Design National Champions, and the first time in Kansas history. In 2018, they were Skills USA Entrepreneurial National second place finisher. The thing that was outstanding to me about the second place finish was not that they finished second, but what they were, what they used, what their invention was. They were asked by the SWAT Police Advisor Shooter team to come up with a body drag device innovation, and they did so, and it proved that it works, and it works in when they're in a situation that we have an active shooter and they are trying to remove a injured person out of that area. So that was amazing to me. They also have in the Skills USA State Championship Engineering Technology in Robotics Awards, they've won 10 golds, 5 silvers, and 7 bronze. They have placed 8 top 10 national championship finishes. So with that, Madam Chair, if we would give them a Senate congratulations. Thank you very much. Madam President, if I may, one more thing I forgot. Each one of these students, when they graduate from Winfield High School, they will have 9 credit hours at WSU in the engineering skill set. So this is a tremendous honor. Thank you.
Thank you, our champions from Winfield for several years now. Thank you for representing us well in the state of Kansas. For a point of personal privilege, the chair would recognize the senator from Sedgwick, Senator Falscadeau.
Thank you, Madam President. It is my pleasure today to acknowledge a few people in the West Gallery here. As you know, it is School Bus Driver Advocacy Day here in the Capitol, but we have with, and if he would wave or stand, Chuck Moscato, who has been advocating for this issue for a long time, Jay Armstrong, and in the middle, the beautiful lady, Kelly Catlett, are here with me. And if we could just give them a round of applause for what they do for school bus drivers. Thank you, Madam President.
Introduction of bills and concurrent resolutions. The clerk will read.
Senate Bill 454 by Committee on Federal and State Affairs, an act concerning open records.
This constitutes introduction of Senate Bill 454. Please note reference of bills on pages 1 through 3 of the calendar. Reports from standing committees. The clerk will read.
Madam President, the Committee on Assessment and Taxation recommends SB 266 be amended and the bill be passed as amended. Senator Tyson, chairperson. Madam President, the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources recommends SB 285 be passed, and because the committee is of the opinion that the bill is of a non-controversial nature, be placed on consent calendar. Senator Kirshen, chairperson. Madam President, the Committee on the Agriculture and Natural Resources recommends SB 286 be passed. Senator Kirshen, chairperson. Madam President, the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources recommends SB 287 be passed. Senator Kirshen, chairperson. Madam President, the Committee on the Assessment and Taxation recommends SB 294 be amended and the bill be passed as amended. Senator Tyson, chairperson. Madam President, the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources recommends SB 307 be passed. Senator Kirshen, chairperson. Madam President, the Committee on Agriculture and Natural Resources recommends SCR 1614 be adopted. Senator Kirshen, chairperson.
Messages from the House. The clerk will read.
Announcing passage of HB 2524. HB 2524, an act concerning motor carriers.
This constitutes introduction of those bills previously read. Correction approval of the journal. Are there announcements? Senator from Riley County, Senator Hawk.
Thank you, Madam President. Would like to invite, on behalf of Senator Bowers and myself, anyone here who would like to attend the Kansas Civility Project. We have a great meal tonight. It's at 6 p.m. at the Kansas Health Institute, 212 Southwest 8th Avenue, just across the street. Don't worry if you haven't RSVP'd. We would love to see you. And we have a Word of the Week project starting, and that word is vision. Go spread the word. Thank you, Madam President.
Senator from Cloud, Senator Bowers.
Thank you, Madam President, and I can say ditto to Senator Hawk. Thank you for that announcement. Ethics, elections, and local government tomorrow, 142 South at 9:30. We're going to continue a hearing on SB 248, and we're canceling the hearing on Senate Bill 389. Thank you, Madam President.
Senator from Johnson, Senator Lynn.
Thank you, Madam President. Tomorrow in Senate Commerce, we'll be continuing the hearing on Senate Bill 366 regarding the expedited occupational licensure. And if we have time, we will be doing final action on Senate Bill 251.
Senator from Ford County, Senator Estes.
Thank you, Madam President. Tomorrow in Senate, Fed, and State, there will be no meeting. However, on Wednesday, we will be hearing bills, Senate Bill 432, Senate Bill 433, Senate Bill 417, and Senate Bill 221. Thursday, we'll be having a confirmation hearing on General David Weishar, and also on Thursday we will have General Lee Toffanelli will be a guest of at our committee meeting. And no meeting on Friday. Thank you.
Further announcements? Seeing none, Chair recognizes Majority Leader. Did I miss someone? I'm sorry. Senator from Sherman County, Senator Billinger.
Thank you, Madam President. I wanted to introduce my pages. They traveled all the way from Colby, Kansas to be here today. And this is Nathan Stramel, and Ann and Emily just stepped out to do a little page work. But I'd just like to have the Senate give them a welcome to Topeka.
Further announcements? Seeing none, the chair recognizes the Majority Leader from Johnson County, Senator Denning.
Thank you, Madam President. Quick announcement before we adjourn. The Senate will debate and clear the consent calendar bills that are on page 4 and 5. Looks like there's 6 of them. So the chairs should be ready to caucus on those bills. There's so many that we'll actually have a caucus on our consent bills, and how we'll probably do it is we'll gavel in and then take a recess, and Republicans will caucus in our normal room, 548 South. Madam President, I move the Senate adjourn until 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, February 18th, 2020.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nay. Motion carries. The Senate is adjourned.